This is my new foster dog. And this is what he does all day, every day. I'm on the floor and the camera is on the floor because on the floor is where he always is. I wanted to share with you the way he got to me. I've had him for less than a week, only 5 days. Up until 5 days ago, he was up on the mountain in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in the Peloponnesus in rural Greece. And he came to me Sunday, today's Friday. The way I got George was very interesting for me. I've had a crazy week in a good way. I don't know if you know George Zaharoff. Actually, maybe you do. If you don't, I'm putting a link in the description box below. And a link if you want to get the fragrance, because I'm wearing it. I got a sample and it's really cool. And I don't care that it's for men. George Zaharoff has been a very big supporter of the channel and of me, and a patron. We met online, of course. We've had long conversations about things I struggle with. He's Greek American. He lives in the States. He's self-made, very successful, and I'm very proud of him and really very proud that he's been supporting me. George was here in Greece last week, and as he was driving up there on the mountains coming back to Athens, he bumped into this one. What happens when you're in Greece, there are millions of dogs here actually on the streets, up on the mountains, near garbage dumps, they're everywhere. We have a huge stray problem. There aren't any open admissions shelters, and there's absolutely no education when it comes to, not breeding, spaying and neutering, no. So the amount of new dogs that come out, every single day is impressive. And the only option for people who don't want a litter of puppies, who don't want their dog, wherever, is just get rid of it somewhere, in the trash or up on the mountain, or just let it be. He was not the only stray dog that George found driving, driving in the countryside. But he was the only one that came to him, tail wagging, laid on his feet, and was there, like, I'm here, just be my human. And I'm very proud of George because he didn't leave him behind. Of all the stray dogs you meet, and you're overwhelmed and frustrated, and you feel that there's nothing you can do, there's always this one that speaks to your heart. So Sunday around midnight, after a 3-hour drive, after something that was supposed to be a 3-hour drive, but it wasn't. Was it, George? Midnight.
Oh my God, sweet.
He's so sweet. When you said to me, the one that stands out
Yes.
the wall, look at him. Wait until you see. He was just. He weighs a ton.
Like a huge teddy bear.
Come on. Am you gonna do this to me? What are you doing?
Oh God.
He's heavy.
Here they were, George Zaharoff at my doorstep, and it's impressive because you form some relationships online, and sometimes they can be very fake, but sometimes they can be very, very real. And there was this familiarity with George, as if we already knew each other, even though he had never met. And it has nothing to do with the fact that he's of Greek origin.
Why am I here? Because I adore you. Actually, to be honest with you, I am here because there was no one else that I trusted. That when I couldn't get in touch with you, I'm like, I don't trust anyone else. And then I'm like, I'm going to bring this dog into the King George Hotel and stick him in the bathtub and wash him, and I don't care what people say.
It can't be that short, seriously.
You stand on something if you really.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was in the center of Peloponnesos.
Yes.
My father is from Akrabokabo
Greece.
in Greece.
Okay.
There. Hold on, you know what? That's better.
And?
I'm 2 meters tall. Okay, so I turned the corner and that little dog upstairs was in the middle of the road. And so I pull over and I open the door and he comes running to me. And that was love at first sight. And then he's crying. We're crying and running. And you had said to me that you kind of know, right? Because there's a lot of dogs. There's a lot of dogs.
There's a lot of dogs
in Greece.
Oh, there are millions on the streets.
And it's very hard to see that.
There's always this one that speaks.
That speaks to you.
Yes.
So when you guys see the dogs, there's one in the beach. You said that you saw the dog all the time at the beach, right? And I'm thinking, why does she just take it? And she don't realize that there's hundreds and thousands of dogs out
There
there.
are too many.
Yes, but you're also doing it one at a time, and you're touching others for them to do it too. And you inspired me, actually.
That's even more important.
Yeah. And so she's very shy, and I don't know if she's going to use this, but she needs your donation.
I should.
She should put this, I hope you do, because
Yeah.
I donate every month for the past couple of years, right?
You do, thanks.
Right? And so you don't have to say it that way, but I need you to donate. I give money because she does good work. You have to post this.
Think
okay?
about it.
Okay.
Thank you so much, George.
All right.
It was so nice seeing you. You
Okay,
actually
so you
exist.
too.
You're
I
not
know,
digital.
I know, and I'm not a crazy man.
No, you're not.
Or you don't know I am. God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for rescuing George Jr.
Oh, we named him, have we?
We named him George.
Jr.
I have to tell you something.
GJ.
All the people that I met today were named George. I met 5 Georges today. From
gotta
the
be George,
doorman to my cousin
And where are you staying?
at the
Of the
kitchen.
George.
So it's not just named after me. It's all the Georges the universe spoke to
All
me.
the Georges.
So, this is how George came to me. He met my dogs, he met the cats. He didn't really meet the cats, he doesn't really like them, he just avoids them. He's been an amazing, excellent dog. After he got used to some things, like going down the stairs, getting into the elevator, walking, on the streets without being terrified of every noise and every bike and every person that walks, behind us or next to us. Generally, he has been an amazing dog. All he does is, take his walks, eat, and sleep on the floor, nothing else. This is usually the case with dogs that come from the street. And it's a misunderstanding among people that dogs that you pick up from the street or the mountain, they need a lot of work because they don't know. No, it's the complete opposite. They know. Dogs know. They all come house-trained. Nobody has house-trained them. Dogs are house-trained on their own, the ones that come from the streets, because they know where their toilet is, and it's never around the area where they sleep or they spend most of their time with. They can't even grasp the idea of peeing and pooping on tiles or on wooden floors or on carpets. He's extremely clean, he's extremely quiet. And what happens with dogs that come from the streets is that they have lived a life of balance. The fact is that when they live on the streets on their own or in packs, they have a routine, and they have this dog routine, which is, wake up in the morning, walk around, look for food. So they walk around, they look for food, they find food, they come back to the place where they consider home, somewhere where they're safe, where they spend most of their time. And then this is what they do all day. And then there's the evening, which is pretty much the same routine again. They go around, look in the trash, find food. Some, if they're lucky, there are volunteers who feed them on the streets regularly. So they're waiting for that. They have this line of everyday life and this line of a routine and of things that they do that's pretty much set up, and you can use this to work on it, taking small steps every day, and you build a routine with yourself based on the typical routine that they've had on the streets, which is the routine of every dog, morning, exercise, food, rest, evening, exercise, food, rest, night, rest, that's it. The truth is that people spoil dogs. You don't find dogs on the streets with bad behaviors. It's quite the opposite, actually. Bad behavior when you're a stray is really not reinforced. So they know how to behave. They can develop bad behaviors in foster homes, and they can develop bad behaviors when they are adopted. If there are human mistakes made, you get a dog from the streets, you bring it home, There are obviously, vet visits and some things that you need to take care of. But you have that steady routine that he has been living on. You just keep it, adding little things in his everyday life that are going to make him, from a stray dog that had to fend for himself to a pet dog. George is pretty much perfect. He's very affectionate. He's very calm, which is very common for big dogs like this one, those mixed breed, sheep dogs, mountain dogs, big, those big bears are very laid back and very calm, and they make excellent pet. You can be an ambassador for all dogs like you. George Zaharoff, thank you very much for rescuing George. Thank you for not leaving him behind. Thank you for everything, and thank you for doing what you can to find him a home, which you obviously did, which will be the story for another video. And say hi. Are you actually sleeping? Are you sleeping? He's alive.